Hello, dear World of Warcraft friends. This week, the Omnium Foliant has received a new quest, which means you can unlock the second talent point. In this video, we'll take a look at which quests you need to do and how to get them. Some of them are a bit hidden, and I've received a few questions about that. And we'll also take another look at which are the best talents you should pick in the tree now, because there are new insights about the first talent row. All of that in this video, I would really appreciate it. A serious request, things are going really badly on YouTube right now, not just for me, but for everyone involved with WoW. I'm doing all of this here alongside my job in my free time, and right now, yeah, it's very, very difficult. So please comment, like, whatever, subscribe, every little bit helps. I would really, really appreciate it. And with that, let's get started. The quest is a bit hidden because, as you can see, there's no quest marker on the map. Instead, it's up here at the island of Keldanas, and that's not necessarily a place you'd look. But what you can do is open your adventure guide and click here, Omnium Foliant, new information, and then click on Accept Quest. That's actually an easy way for you to access this quest. In the end, you'll need to travel up to the Terrace of the Magisters. Honestly, I find that, yeah, call me lazy or whatever. Honestly, I think a portal up there would be really cool. But that's the way to go, where you need to head. I can already tell you that this week you'll have to grind ritual sites for the quest. That's why the higher you are in your seasonal ritual sites progression, the better, because it just helps you with a few things. For example, bigger healing orbs, and so on and so forth. But of course, it's not a must to get all of that. Alright, we've arrived. Now we have to travel around here for a bit. And at the end, click on the wonderful tome. Or rather, we have to go to the NPCs. As I already said, I find that a bit annoying, but my god, what can you do? What I can also say in advance is you are free to choose on which difficulty level you do the ritual sites. For those who want to get through as quickly as possible, the recommendation is do the thing on level 1 and you're done. No messing around. The Magister calls. So, and then here, search for knowledge. Collect 8 ritualized arcana. Arcana can be found at the ritual sites at Sablefin Point or at the Shattered Throne on any difficulty level. That's it. That's basically it. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter at all which difficulty level. There are special mobs in there that will now drop these things for you. You need 8 of them. And from how it looks so far, you have to complete 2 runs with them, but we'll see each other again in a moment. So, we're in. And honestly, do it on level 1. It goes really, really fast. If you say you still need to farm some crests, yeah, then you can combine that in theory. But like this, it's actually pretty nice. Every one of these boss or mini-boss mobs actually drops a ritualized arcana. On the PTR, they had written that you probably need 2 runs for that. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So, that's also a pretty nice thing. And you can see it, right? We're really mowing through here. The mobs are no problem at all. And yeah, we're already done as well. Then it's really just about being able to turn in the quest as quickly as possible. For example, if you know, hey, I don't want to run Mythic Plus anymore today, and you have the, what's it called? The Magister, then you can, for example, use that thing, which is exactly what I'm about to do. Otherwise, yeah, you either have to take the foot bus or fly there, get ported, whatever. But yeah, that's the first step of the quest line. Next week, we can already say you'll have to do the Assaults of the Void in the open world areas. That might take a little bit longer than this here. And you see a single run, and we've got the 8 ritualized arcana completed. The reward, yeah, don't forget it. But honestly, it's not that amazing either. And with that, we're now teleporting back to the Terrace of the Magisters, because unfortunately, that's just how it is. You can only turn in the quest up there. Yeah, and with that, you've completed the second quest and unlocked the second, let's call it talent for this week. There's still the question of which talent point you should actually spend now. Actually, the damage gain you get from the talents right now is really, really minimal. According to Sims, the Rune of the Void touched orbs is better. But from what I've read so far, a lot of people have tested and theory crafted. Apparently, in combat itself, you do more stuff with the Rune of Unleashed Fire. So the whole thing looks like sim bait, that the orbs sim better than they actually perform in-game. That's why for pretty much all DPS, the Rune of Fire is actually the best. The only exception is if you have no uptime or can't guarantee uptime. For healers, it's supposed to be better as well. And for tanks, if you want to do damage, you should go in that direction too. So currently, a lot points to pretty much everyone taking that thing. Otherwise, we come to the new row here. But unfortunately, there are only defensive talents. When you take damage, you gain 115 speed for 10 seconds. This effect can only occur once every 30 seconds. In the end, there's really no wrong choice here, but you have to keep in mind, I don't know. If you have 98 HP and you take 10 damage, then this thing triggers whether you need it or not, and it can only happen once every 30 seconds. Personally, I find the effect pretty weak. Then, if you lose more than 10 of your maximum health in a single hit, you get a shield that absorbs 18,000 damage for 10 seconds and at the same time deals damage to you over 10 seconds. This can also only happen once every 30 seconds. You could maybe use that as a tank, but again, the amount absorbed is relatively small. And for DPS, the effect that it deals damage to you is really not great. 9,000 doesn't sound like much, but that's one tick if you're low and you're dead. That's why, for me, it's clear that the best thing is this. When your core rune deals damage or heals, you get healed for 5,763 if your health is below 75. The rune deals damage every, I don't know, 7 or 8 seconds as far as I know. And that would mean in those 30 seconds or in 30 seconds, you get healed for almost 24,000. I think the value is better than that thing. Plus, here you actually get the healing when you need it, when you drop below 75. That's why, for me, the self-healing rune is clearly the best choice. Yeah, so that's that. Currently you're pretty, yeah, I mean, you can of course still take whatever you like, right? But from a DPS perspective, the rune is the best. Then the rune of self-healing is the best. There will be nothing to choose from next week. The week after that, you just take your best secondary stats, so there's really not much to explain there. And in the last week, it gets interesting again, which talent promises the most damage. I actually don't know that yet at this point. With that said, we're done with today's video. I hope you enjoyed it a bit. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Have a great time and see you in the next video. Take care.